What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome back to the channel. Now this will be a little follow-up video to my most recent video where I received a little criticism for this right here. No harm, no foul. You know, I'm free to feel how I feel, and they are free to feel how they feel. But in today's video, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. This right here is just a little project I got going on. This was a gift from Brother Stan, but when it came to me, that's the show side there, the pile side bone was cracked, and that's nothing he did or anything like that. It's just what happens sometimes. So I broke this thing apart, got her all took apart. I'm gonna put some nice wood handles on it here. I got my pin material, got everything in, which we will do that off camera, but this will go along in with what I want to say about the Jack Wolf Gateway pocket knives. And like I said many times, they are good knives for what they are, but we'll get into it. Now these knives, this is a typical slip joint. Now this was a Ocoee River, I believe that's how you say it, Ocoee, or some, I've heard it pronounced different ways, Ochoe and Ocoe, and I mean just a bunch of stuff. I call it a Ocoee River. This was a little two-bladed saddle horn type knife. Like I said, I blew it apart. But typically how these are, they are, and there will be a little glue here to kind of help aid in the pinning process. Now what normally typically happens on a knife is they will have a couple of holes drilled in, and this will actually be not bumped by the camera, but this will actually be hand peened to the liner. And like I said, you know, I haven't cleaned these up so you can see some glue residue and stuff like that, with some glue to kind of help hold everything nice and in place. So we will clear all of this out of the way because we're going to get to the bottom of something right now. Because I've seen several videos of people kind of assuming the same thing I am. Now, like I said in my previous video, if you know, you know, but these pins right here serve absolutely positively no purpose. And I've actually seen another guy's video, which I will not mention anybody by name. You know, I'm not out here trying to bash anybody or anything like that. But he actually mentioned, he said, now this pin here and this pin here, which, you know, like I said, they're in my latest video, you know, they're using glue on these things. And it's okay for what they are now that I know what they are. But he said that this one right here and this one right here obviously are all the way pinned through, as that is the main structure of the knife. Well. What we're going to do right here, right now, is we're going to blow this thing apart right here live on camera. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. I said I am, and y'all have to forgive me. I'm gonna kind of get under here where I can see and kind of feel safe, instead of trying to do this through the camera. I'm just gonna do this. Y'all see that? Bam, boom, popped off. It's just glue. Like I said, see, look at the pins. Look at the pins. Nothing. We're gonna do the pile side. And boy alive, let me tell you, that glue was, whoo, it was, man. Well, that's some tough stuff. That's some tough stuff right there. And like I said, see, you can see some of the pins are protruding. So that one would go through and appear to be more pinned than what it is. But you can see these pins serve no purpose. But let me get one thing clear right now. This is not what I assumed I was getting when I purchased this knife. You can see right here. See that? Y'all see what that is? That is a screw, my friends. So to the guy that thought, well, this is a pin and this is a pin, so I'm happy with it if just the rest are glued. Well, there you go. You can see. That is a straight screw. Also, another thing to really help with the fit and finish of these things, because that's all I hear is, oh, they are just so good in the fit and finish department. Well, if you're screwing something together, duh. I mean, that's going to happen. But when you're sitting here in a factory and you're hand pining stuff together, and then y'all want to cry because it's got a little gap, that's not what I'm going to stand for. And I apologize if y'all can hear the storm. We got a big one whooping up. But I will throw up right here, right now, a couple of screenshots. Now the first one is whenever I purchased this knife. You can see it clearly states nowhere about anything having a screwed together construction. It just says hardware, and it says nickel silver pins. Then this one on the right here is a more recent. They just came out with the Stockmans, the Gateway Stockmans. And after receiving a bunch of, after receiving a lot of, I guess, negativity on kind of people feeling misled on what they were getting, he now states that they are glued and screwed together. And like I said, guys, I am not here to beat anybody up. These are good knives for what they are. But I, and as well as a lot of other people, did not know we were purchasing a type of knife like this. So that's why I couldn't make it make sense when these handles were pinned only on the handle. They just pin them right here, stop, slap the glue on it, and put it on there. That's where your little locator pins, you know, if they'll kind of protrude out a little bit. That way it can kind of catch in there, and it kind of gives them a guide. It kind of goes together like a puzzle. That's what they're talking about. When all in reality, 100% glued on. I mean, nothing. It's glue. 100% glued on. Now, like I said, I did not realize I was purchasing anything like this. And I want to stress it, guys. I want to stress it. This is still a great knife. It's just I had no clue that I was getting a screw-together design. You know, I seen the pins, like I stated in the screenshots. I seen the pins, and it said nickel-silver pins, and I just assumed that these were pinned together. You know, people were hand pinning them, and then that's just what I assumed. So, like I said, I've apologized to a couple of people, because like I said, I received quite the hate for that little video, and so I told them that I apologized for, if it makes them feel any better, I will apologize for being extremely stupid and just assuming that I was getting something when the description kind of led me in that direction, if that makes sense. And like I said, I'm not upset at you being, like I said, I know you might watch this. I don't know, after we done had our little, our first little discussion, you know, maybe not. But if you are, like I said, I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at anybody. Anybody that gave me the negativity, I'm not mad at nobody. I would just have liked it to been more clear on what I was buying, because these, I thought you had the high tier, the 300 plus pocket knives that they offer, and then they got a tier under that, which is a more slip joint style. That is what I believed were the modern traditionals, as they call them. And then whenever they came out with the Gateway series, these right here, I thought they were fully pinned together, just traditional slip joints. So like I said, if that tears you up about me thinking that way, then I guess it's just gonna have to tear you up, because like I said, that's how I intended it. That's how I took it as I read the description and I read about the pins, and I said, man, that's gonna be a great pocket knife. And then I had to find out like this, that as you can see, it's just glue. Just glue. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like I said, it's okay. It's all right. It's fine. I mean, Jack Wolf and all of the Jack Wolfenites. I mean, just step back and take a breath, fellas. I mean, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Man, if it's one group of people that cannot take any backlash or, criticism or anything like that, it's Jack Wolf and the Jack Wolf gang. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you plan on making any kind of content, any kind of video, even speculating that something might be, not right or not what you thought it was, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll be the first to tell you. When doing so, just know that you are messing with the Gucci of pocket knives. Let me tell you right now, guys, these fellas right here, they can stand and rally behind their stuff when, quite frankly, it don't seem like anybody else can, that's what I told one of them in the comments. I said, man, if I got so tore up as you are, like you are right now at my video, which that was a previous video, if I got that tore up every time I heard somebody mention, something about cases fit and finish or, something like that, I said, man, I wouldn't get any sleep. I wouldn't get any sleep at all, because I constantly have to be going out and running and attacking people. And you know what? I'm going to stop right there. There y'all go, guys. If you know, you know. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. These things are not pinned together. They are screwed together. And then the handles are pinned to nothing, to their self, and then glued on. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. I just didn't know that's what I was buying. So if you want one, go get one. I'm not saying I won't never get another one. I'm not saying that at all. Because now I know. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So I will see y'all down in the comments again. Let me know what you think. I love y'all. God bless y'all. And this was a great place to talk about knives and such. And well, we did just that. God bless y'all. See y'all in the next one.